Hello. Ask me why you're a lady and not merely a woman.
To you, according to you, up to you, what is the main difference between being a lady and a
Hmm.
woman?
Ah, see, a woman merely means somebody who is a female, while a lady denotes quite a bit of class, distinction. People in the primitive times weren't be called ladies in the caveman era. No, no, no. They were women and men, and saber-toothed tigers and
With the
elephants.
distinguished cla class.
It's a distinguished class, yes, denoted towards royalty. Do you feel that you may be royalty, my dear?
Oh
Be-
yeah, my mom she come from royalty, so I'm a princess.
Oh, you're a little princess. Oh,
Yeah,
she's deluded. Yeah. Yes, of course you're a princess.
yeah.
You're a prince. You're my princess. I don't know about other people, but you're my little lady from Africa. Deepest, darkest Africa. Yes. She tells me in her village her family is quite distinct, that they upper middle class. But what does that mean for Africa? Less of a dirt floor? Maybe a door instead of a hinge? I don't know. I'm a man who lives by stereotypes, and in my world, you live in a hut. And you came here for a better life because this is a step up from the hut
I came here for education, not for better life.
for an education.
Yeah, I already talked to you about it.
Uh, don't you know it goes in one ear and out the
Yeah.
other?
It's not for better life, for education purpose, because I wanna be like speak two languages, English and French.
Ah,
That's why I came here.
so you came here to speak two different languages?
No, for education, for my doctorate.
Ah, your doctorate.
Yes, there was a purpose why came in the US. This is the purpose.
I see. So you want to become a woman, then what would you use your doctorate for?
My doctor, my MBA was in finance,
Ah,
and then I'm gonna pursue in finance.
fine.
PhD, not a doctorate, a PhD.
PhD, yes. So, see, I'm self-educated.
Yeah.
I have no idea what these titles are, what a doctorate is, what a PhD is.
A doctorate is more professional, but PhD is more teaching.
Ah, you want to maybe
Yeah.
become a teacher,
You can teach, you can work, like you can be a consultant.
a consultant,
Yeah.
someone who can take advice from you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've spoken to you, and you have told me that you want to drop your French accent.
Yeah, I do. I really do because I wanna be bilingual.
Bilingual?
Yeah.
It's bilingual.
Bilingual.
No, I'm going to have to correct you, my dear. Bilingual.
Bilingual.
No, well, you're getting close.
Bi
It's got you're getting
bilingual.
you're homing on the word bilingual.
Bilingual.
I love it with you.
Bilingual.
Bilingual. Bilingual.
Bilingual.
S- we're close enough. We can't bog down in this for the next half hour. We only have a half hour because you were taking care of me. She's so beautiful. She's so sweet. I wish I was much more respectful of her, but I can't help myself.
So now, by grace of God, He's teaching me English, and then
Yes.
I'm in the next step of understanding English, and then I'm so happy to speak a little bit English
Ah,
and to
yeah.
be understanding.
See, she is a very bright lady, and oftentimes we don't know what she's saying because she slurs her words when she gets nervous. But she's not doing that anymore, are you? You're getting better and
Since
better.
you taught me English, I'm getting better.
I
Not
think
really great, but it's much better like
much better.
back in the days.
But I don't think you should drop your accent entirely because it's quite charming. You
Yeah.
just Yes, it's a charming accent, and it makes you seem fancy. Like you're, if as long as you speak in a way somebody can understand you and that you're not at a loss for words, you should retain your French accent. It impresses us Americans as an English accent. See me? I'm speaking with an English accent. I was born in New York City from white trash, yet I can speak in this manner, like a New England dandy.
Do you speak another language?
I
Like,
speak New Yorkese like this. Ask me anything.
I thought you speak a little bit French, but no,
My
Spanish.
pure monsieur. That's about the extent of my French. You laugh
Oh
at me,
my
do you?
gosh, I'm not laughing.
You're laughing with me. You're
I want
laughing
you
at.
to learn English, to learn French.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
So we can
Don't.
exchange the. I could learn French,
Yeah.
and you can learn
But when
English.
I learn French, I'm teaching French, I usually pinch people here when they don't do good.
Violence?
I pinch you.
I
Like
don't.
they used to pinch me when back in the days. I pinch. They say what? Like if you say a wrong word, my dad he will pinch you like that.
Well, let me tell you
You
something.
say, what did you say?
We have laws in this country about elder abuse. As you know, from the last time we spoke to each other, and we did in Ostromini, I heard your habits of cleaning children, in which boiling hot water is put to each child
Really
and
boring.
blows to the head. Now, I have very
If the
tender
kid if the kids don't follow the rule of the mother, you just slap and then she's gonna be or he's gonna be straight.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They won't call
because they don't wanna
911?
be slap every time. So when you
Of
slap,
course, we generally don't want to be.
yeah, when you slap the first time, so they gather all the ideas to be good.
We can know
It's not like in the US, you
Yeah.
guys all say, "Oh, I'm calling for pizza. I'm calling 911."
Yes.
But no, we don't do that.
The children have an option snitching on their parents.
For instance, when you go to police, the mother will say, "Oh, policemen, don't even mind because this child is disrespectful."
That's in Africa.
And then the police will say, beat him more so he can straight the baby.
Apparently in Africa, deepest, darkest Africa, frequent beatings are given of corporal punishment.
Yeah,
Discipline.
they beat me. That's why I'm straight now.
That's why you're straight now.
When you tell me something, I don't do the same thing because.
Well, you're afraid that I
Yeah.
would never hit a lady. You know why I would never hit a lady? Well, I am a gentleman. That's the equivalent of a lady, only in man. If I was a ruffian, I'd rough you up. Yes.
Can somebody be sorry to because he taught somebody else English and the person talked back to the person and
True.
she said she's be sorry because he taught the other one well.
Ah,
Can you tell me
well,
why?
you see, you teach someone English,
Yeah, and she talked back to you
and then they talk back to you in English. My God.
Now she understands English. Now she talk back to you.
Yes, yeah, very funny. It's betrayal, I tell you. I expect after I teach you English that you would be loyal to
that.
Oh, I know I would expect it from you, Miss. Pinch me in the ear. You're capable of anything. Oh my God, my God.
My God.
I'm arming my own executioner, at least psychologically.
Oh my
From an
God.
innocent little African lady, a little African girl, she's going to turn into a shrew.
You don't expect that when you teach somebody English, then the person learn good. And then when you talk to her, she talks to you back. You don't expect that?
I don't expect that.
What are you expecting?
Loyalty.
This is
Loyalty.
loyalty. Rather to talk on your back, better to talk back to you.
Really?
How do you like it?
That's why they have so many roads.
You want the person to talk on your back or to talk back to you?
No. You're saying, do you want the person to talk behind your back?
Behind your back.
Not talk to your back.
Mhm.
Or talk.
Behind your back or just
Or-
talk back to you.
I
Which one do you like?
I would prefer them to talk back to me,
Yeah,
right
it's
to
like
me,
this way.
face to face,
Yeah, face to face.
confrontation.
Then
You know what's
nobody.
going on, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't like people to talk behind my back. This is
What?
not fair.
I would never do that.
Yeah, it's not fair. I like when we have problem, we talk back to back, right?
Yes. I say it with
I
irony.
am the princess of my mom's side.
Of your
I'm
mom's side.
princess,
You're
yeah.
a good princess.
Mhm.
No, she sends money back to Africa. You know why? Because she loves to be loved by her tribe. You know what a tribe is? It's people who are related to you by blood.
But
Blood.
not anymore.
Not anymore?
No, I told you.
Oh, yes, she said she's not sending them. She has to
Not
take care of
anymore.
herself.
Yeah, I
She
think I have to
Samantha's
take it.
doing it for herself as the songs go, and she's doing it in dance. Isn't
Yeah,
that nice?
I need to take care of myself.
You're living in America. You can't send half your income back to deepest, darkest Africa, and who knows what they're doing. Although she's getting a house. Do I have a house? Oh, I have an apartment.
Like my mom, kids, everybody has his own house.
And soon you will have a house.
I do.
Made of, what is it made of?
And cement.
Cement.
And we have a yard. Everybody has
A yard.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. A yard.
Mhm.
And a cement house. Well, what more does people?
We don't do like wood. No, we don't do that.
We don't need wood. Wood burns.
That was the first time when I see wood house. That was in the US.
Oh yeah.
You never see that. Because we don't. That's not a regulation. You can't do that in my hometown.
They don't make wood houses. They don't make wood houses like they used
It's
to.
not a regulation.
Yeah.
You know, every country has its own regulation.
Oh yeah.
Like here, you have wood. To my hometown, it's like low class people do wood.
See, it could be just the opposite. Please, somebody might.
It cannot last too long.
No, it could burn down.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you burn down your concrete
You can
house,
have bugs to eat, bugs.
Bugs in the wood? You mean
Yeah.
termites?
Yeah, termite. They can eat the wood.
They'll eat your house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't have that happen.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
We don't do that.
You don't do that?
No.
Do that.
That's not the regulation.
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
We don't do that.
Ah, she's got it. She's got the word at last. Ah, yes. I'm a genius. I'm a teacher. I could have been a teacher.
That's why the first time when I came in the US, I was living in the house. And then when people on the people of upstairs, when they walk upstairs.
The people of the upstairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
When they walk, you can hear them walk.
Oh, wow. So not a well-made house.
Yeah. So I didn't like it because that was too much noise.
Oh, you need to study. You need to sleep.
Yeah. And then I feel it make me like something. And when I see a wood house, something I put something in my mind.
It's God.
Yeah, it's not good.
It traumatized her.
Yeah.
If she went to San Francisco, she'd have a.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you know about England? They do the same like American with wood houses.
Yes. In England, most of them are stone houses, but they don't tear down their houses like here. Houses could be 100, 200 years old on average.
Wow. But in Germany,
yeah,
my friend told me they don't do like wood.
They don't do
everything is concrete.
Oh yes,
in Germany.
Yes,
and she said it's really, really strong.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yes. It won't fall apart. Well,
why is like that?
Well,
it's still Europe, but
well, each country has its distinctive ways. Germany was invaded by the Soviet Union and the Allies. And also there were fire bombings and much of Germany's major cities were destroyed. You have some cities that on the countryside which were spared the war, but so everything's new there. Everything is and Germany is the richest country in Europe, so they can well afford to make really well-made houses.
But how about the Soviet Union? The can you talk to me about the house is like wood or is concrete or cement?
It's concrete for the most part, but it
They
lacks.
have wood too? No, I don't think.
Not in the countryside. Yes, countryside.
Can you ask Alexa?
Alexa, how many houses in the Soviet or former Soviet Union made of wood?
While exact numbers are hard to pin down, about 24% of Russian homes are made of wood. Traditional log houses remain popular, especially in rural areas. Would you like to learn more about traditional Russian architecture?
Not at the present moment, but how much is Russia made of concrete or stone houses?
About 20.4% of Russian homes are made of reinforced concrete, while 2.4% are made of stone. The rest use various other materials.
See, Russia was devastated by the Germans during the Second World War. Also, they tended to, even before the war was announced, they made things of concrete and stone in practical ways, but they weren't decorative. They were more cold and lacked distinction, like what you would do if you lived in France, let's say. You would see many cities that had beautiful architecture. And throughout Eastern Europe. Some of the communist countries, they destroyed the old architecture and they replaced it with this ugly housing. You see, it's like when you do your concrete house.
Mhm.
They're probably decorated in the African sense, little decorations to make it beautiful.
Mhm.
Well, they won't do that. They weren't raised to do that. And frequently if they make the houses beautiful enough, someone might steal it from them.
Wow.
Yes.
I do want to ask you another question about the allies, the US allies.
Mhm.
Like they fail to help for the
For the Iranian war?
no, not all the war, for the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes, yes.
They fail to help with warships.
Mm-hmm.
I think to me, it's gonna inconvenience the relationship.
Oh, yes.
I think America gonna withdraw itself from the NATO.
They
How do you
may,
think?
or they give less to
Because
NATO.
like humiliation,
Well, the thing is,
they really fail
well, they failed
to help.
to help out. They weren't acting like true allies. You see, we have always put more into NATO than the allies have, or the other our allies in NATO. Uh, most of them don't. They have social welfare programs because they can afford to because they don't put anything into their military. We pick up the slack with the military. The GAPP, whatever that is, um, they don't put as much, therefore they can afford to have socialist
Good
countries.
social security.
Yes, but the thing is, we in America have kept Europe safe from the Soviets for 70 or 80 years. Now, when we needed their help, they weren't there because they wanted us to negotiate with the Iranians. The only problem with the Iranians is you can't negotiate with the Iranians because their overall plan is to dominate the Middle East and they're willing to die for Allah
Yeah, but to me,
with bombs. You can't have a suicide cult.
like NATO said, if one of our allies is in war, that means you are in war with everybody,
Yes,
right? But when it's come to help for the Strait of Hormuz, they failed to help.
Yes, they did. Because they felt it wasn't their war. Yet they have us helping with Ukraine,
But
and
that's
that's
selfishness.
yes, it is. It's once they were spoiled like they're spoiled children.
That's selfishness
Oh
because
yeah.
when it's come to help them, they'll be happy America is helping them.
Exactly. They want us to fulfill our obligations to them, but they won't fulfill their obligation to us.
I think America should do with limitation in certain things, you know.
Well,
It has to do with limitation.
we try to keep the balance. Trump keeps on talking about leaving there. I don't think he'll go that
He's
far.
gonna leave.
I don't think so. I
He
think
could,
he
because
could.
that was like humiliation. I
Yes.
feel America was humiliated.
Well, the Europeans or England and all these countries humiliate themselves because they have their own problem with immigration, their own problem with.
We all do.
Oh yes, because there are more people in the world who want to come into Europe and North America than we can possibly absorb. Plus, they have a different culture. You know, in their culture, women dressed in what they would assign to as a provocative manner are open to sexual harassment and even rape because they in their nation if the woman isn't wearing headdress and covering up from head to foot,
I feel
she's a
like
hurrah.
it feel like NATO, US and his allies, they have a misunderstanding situation.
Well, you know,
Yeah, they don't want to be they don't want to gather they don't want to like to be together.
yeah, they
They don't want that.
They don't what they
It's
want.
like selfishness.
Yes, and the thing is, it's short-term thinking because what they said is because it was an intimate danger. But the thing is, once the Iranians, whether they got the bomb a year from now or 5 years from now, will use it. They have been at war with the West. They've been killing our people for the last 50 years. And aggressive, and there's certainly many of the Israelis. So this is the time to knock out the Iranian government. And once the Iranian government is knocked out, the Iranian people, who are far more friendly to the West than you even imagine, will be our allies. If Trump is successful in this mission, I wager that there will be statues of Trump in Tehran.
He really want Iran to be our ally.
Oh yes, because the Iranian people are rising against this tyrannical government. You know, you're religious, I'm religious to a certain extent, but we don't want government to dictate things. To say you have to dress in a certain way. You want the leeway in which you interpret your religion as an influence and your own, you know, you belong to a church.
How you think America gonna retaliate his allies?
I think he's just going to rattle their cage.
Because to me, I feel the US was humiliating when it's come to help
Well, you
to
know,
remove
it would have been
the
humiliating if
Iranian from the Strait of Hormuz.
almost, yes, but in a way, they humiliated themselves because what they want us to do is to take chances for them, but them not taking chances for us. Now,
For instance, the first was Spain.
yeah,
Spain was very radical,
right, yes,
and then then England.
right. England wouldn't let us use their England and their bases in order to attack the Middle East.
Mm.
Now the thing is, because we have these huge aircraft carriers, we don't need them in the long term. We have a great deal of people in this country who don't want us to get into an endless war. But the fact is, if we don't knock Iran out now,
Then they're
We will-
progressing.
they will. We'll be
Progress.
we are already in an endless war. Americans have been maimed, killed. Israelis are being maimed and killed. Our
And
interest.
they're financing the Hezbollah.
Ah, yes, all these surrogates. They're hiring, and they have the money to do it if they use their oil revenue. And it's ridiculous. You can't have a country in which they have a cult of death with atomic weapons because they will use them, thinking that they will get their reward in heaven. What they'll get in heaven,
You
I'm
have to
not
knock
so-
everything
no,
down.
no, you have to knock them out and change the very nature of the government. And they say, well, we're not into regime change because it didn't work in Afghanistan or Iraq. Totally different circumstances.
Mhm.
And you learn from your mistakes. We have most Iranians, young ones particularly, do not want to live under this
The
demonic
Islamic
yes,
Islamic regime.
dictatorship. It's a totalitarian dictatorship in which no part of your life is not influenced by their distorted uh, perception of what Islam is.
Yeah, when the Allies said it's not their war, let me go back to in the 1942 to 1945.
Yes.
It wasn't America war,
No,
but
no.
we interfere to help.
Why? We saw
They're crazy. That was not even America. America shouldn't even do anything
See, America,
because they didn't
yeah.
attack America.
See, we chose.
But we helped.
We
They're
helped,
crazy.
yeah.
This is craziness and selfishness.
Because also the thing is, if we had stood up and the Europeans had stood up to Hitler before he gained full power,
Mm.
World War II wouldn't have happened because he wasn't ready to fight at that point. The lesson we learned from World War II was you don't appease. You have to come from strength and you have to be willing to fight, or at least say you're going to fight. The Europeans are saying, we're not going to fight
Uh-huh.
unless we.
I think it's ungrateful and selfishness.
Oh, yes, it's
When you think about World War II, 1942 to 1945, that was not even America issue.
Mhm.
America shouldn't have to help nobody
See-
because they didn't touch America.
Yeah.
But they work, ladies work, women work, men work during the war to help Europe.
Yes.
You see?
But see, the administration during that time saw the danger of Hitler.
Mhm.
Hitler would, initially he would want all of Europe and to colonize the Soviet Union. But eventually he would have wanted to challenge us all over the world.
Challenge
Yes, in America.
too.
Yes, but it would
But
have
he
taken.
couldn't challenge America. America was on the top.
No, because America industrially was on top.
Mm.
But before the Second World War,
Mhm.
we had no military. We had a
Mhm.
navy, and we had barely an air force, and we had a very small military, 100,000 men. And for the most part, they were.
We didn't have a lot of military.
No, no, no.
But how they happen to win?
Because
And they talk about the Pearl Harbor.
because what happened was,
Mhm.
because of our industrial base, we were able to very rapidly
Mhm.
expand our armed forces in terms of weapons.
Mm.
And we had a base of 100,000 men, and we trained them, and they weren't initially as seasoned as the Europeans were, but they got seasoned. And a lot of times they were country folk, so they knew how to handle a gun.
Mm.
And they were fast learners, but but after World War II, we initially did the same mistake. We disbanded the army, but then the communists started to expand themselves and go into Korea and go into these vast various countries and threaten Europe. And that's when the NATO was created to stand up to the Soviets. Before
To stop the Soviet Union.
yes, to take over Europe. The Soviets were actually very strong militarily, but weak in the fact that they had suffered and taken incredible casualties the Second World War. 20 million dead
Wow.
or more.
Americans?
No, Soviets, Russians.
Yeah.
But the thing was,
Because of Hitler did it?
because Hitler attacked them. But not only did they have to deal with Hitler's shenanigans, they had a leader called Stalin. Stalin had the purchase, and what he did was he killed his own people, in his career, he killed about 30 million Russians. So between Hitler and Stalin, two madmen,
Which one is the the best killer? Was the best killer?
well,
Stalin and
Stalin, I would say that the one who got away with it to an extent was Stalin. The one who would be the best killer in the shortest period of time would have been Hitler. Because
but
Hitler,
what make him think like that to dominate the world? He can
Because-
dominate the world. What make him think like this?
well, he was a German nationalist, but also he hated Jews.
But he wasn't really prepared like America.
Well,
He didn't have bombs.
no, he was. What
He
happened
was
was,
prepared.
look, America wasn't prepared. Industrially, we were very powerful,
Mm.
but we had no military to speak of. A navy, fairly powerful navy. Hitler built up his armies very quickly in rearming. So here's America, here's Germany. Germany is fighting England, the other allies, and Russia. All of a sudden, we come into the war, and Hitler stays here to fight his war, but it's his weapons are diffused fighting these various entities. We had time to build up very quickly.
Ah, okay.
Within 4 years, we had the most powerful navy in the world, more powerful than the British Navy. Our Air Force was second to none, and our Army was the equal of any. The only thing was that we some of our soldiers were inexperienced and not as seasoned as veterans of the Second World War. Actually, in World War II, the best army in the world was the German army,
Wow.
but they eventually
That's what
sustained.
he was thinking. He can dominate the world.
He had a concept that the Aryan race, the Germans, were entitled because of their superiority racially of dominating the world.
But
And he had a
he's not God.
psychotic. Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
not God.
But
He's just
he
human being.
but he had a God complex, and he hated
Jews.
Jewish people because of very personal reasons. The Jewish people actually dominated a lot of the arts. So they turned him down for his.
Okay, but do you think is really good for the Jewish people to not to mix themselves with other people, saying, I don't go to this store, I don't go to this one, I don't do this.
Well, the thing is, by law, by Jewish law, originally, they weren't supposed to assimilate that much. Yeah, but they did, because if they didn't, they would look Middle Eastern to this day. What they were supposed to do is, say if you're Jewish,
Mhm.
you cannot, and you're the Jewish man and the Jewish woman, and you go strictly by their law, you couldn't marry a Jewish man and then have Jewish children. It would have to be a Jewish woman. Do you know what the underlying concept of that is? It's because if from the Jewish woman, you would know who the father was. You see, and it goes way back, and they didn't
I
assimilate.
think they should go back to the Middle East, even one day.
Well, they did
Stay
in
there.
Israel.
They have to go back.
But see, they
You don't want to mix yourself to people. You want to mingle yourself. Go back to your country.
Well, they did that partially when the Israelites or Israelis are in the Middle East, they went back. But by that time, racially, they were no longer Semitic in that sense. They looked white. You know, even though Semites are really, when we're cutting,
No, but
we're splitting hairs. See, if I uh, race is, there are subtleties to race where there are differences between the race. Mostly to deal with adapting to the environment they're in and who conquers who. So if one country conquers another, generally they kill the men or enslave the men and take the women for themselves. When the Muslim armies, Moors, which were black, and Arabs, which were brown, invaded Italy. They took half of Italy and they took Sicily, particularly. And those people there were blondes. But because they killed all the men and took all the women, if you go to Sicily, everybody's dark hairs. And not in the northern part, they were stopped. They didn't get that far. And various armies of Italy and also the other allies of Germany and Holland and various countries fought them off and stopped them in about the middle of Italy. But see, we have a perception here that Italians are dark-haired people. No, a lot of them are as blonde can be. Race. See, when you get bogged down in race, all race means is that you are more closely related by blood to someone. Say, if we had children,
Mhm.
depending on how many generations slept, initially our children would be considered black, light-skinned black.
Mm.
Then if
Second generation.
and
gonna be
they married
mixed.
another white,
It
they would be
mixed.
more whiter and more
But
white
mixed.
But by say 12 generations,
Very white.
they'll be white, maybe a little darker, but definitely white. See, and that's how it works. See, the Jewish people both
But
assimilated and
they could be black too.
they could be black too.
Yeah,
Yes.
if they go with like black people, like in 2 generations,
Yes.
they will be black.
Oh, now say goodbye. We're going to
Good-
sign off. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a nice one.
Goodbye. All right, now we'll shut this down. Ah, yes, I'm a genius. Oh, yes, here we go. Here we go. And the meeting for all.